Perfect.
Let's go. Hey, I'm here with Shelby Turner, Enduro Engineering, GasGas, FXR Moto, Queen of Canadian Off-Road Racing.
Yeah.
Round 2 of the GNCC, Wild Boar, Palaca, Florida. It's pretty nice out here.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful day. Not too hot. The wind's lightly blowing, so I actually think we're in for a good round tomorrow.
Yeah, no rain in the forecast, knocking on wood. Like, it feels very un-GNCC like almost.
Yeah, this is definitely a little strange to see the sun shining, especially after last week or 2 weekends ago in Big Buck. But yeah, happy to be here. There's still some water. The track's still pretty moist, but I think it's gonna tack up nicely and it's gonna be pretty whooping out there.
It's you know, I think though, don't get it wrong, like last year was like underwater, but it's still gonna the sand is gonna be deep by the time you guys are racing tomorrow after all the ATVs. It's gonna be pretty harsh.
Oh yeah, this place always gets really, really bad. It's actually surprising how flat it seems when you first get here and how much it deteriorates before we even get out there. So it's definitely gonna have some 4 or 5 foot whoops out there, but we're ready for it. I think, you know, we've done some testing, we got some stiff suspension, and yeah, just excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, so let's talk about, before we talk about Wild Boar this year, let's go back to Wild Boar last year. Tell me a little bit about that race.
Yeah, Wild Boar last year, toughest race I did all year. Basically came off the couch, did a month of riding, and then 2 weeks later I was, you know, racing arguably one of the hardest GNCCs. You know, it's hot, sandy, it was mud holes, it's sand whoops, it's people everywhere, but my tongue was definitely hanging out last year by the end of the race. I barely squeaked in a 5th, I think. So feeling a lot better this year, just in better shape. You know, I've been on the bike a full year and everything's just been rolling right along. So I feel a lot better coming into this round this year than I did last year.
Well, I mean, and you know, a little tongue-in-cheek there maybe that you came off the couch. You didn't just come off the couch, you came off double knee surgery.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a full year off, and then coming back to the sand of Florida is not the best place to come back. But after that, we were good the rest of the year on the positive side. So
and there you go. And pardon me. And 2025 has started off really well. Tell me a little bit about the season so far.
Yeah, I mean, first round of the year was the National Enduro in Sumter and pulled off 4th. A little bit slow to start there, but we'll work through some things and get rolling hopefully towards, you know, the next couple of rounds. And Big Buck went, you know, phenomenal. A 2nd place, that's good. You know, anytime you're on the box at one of these races is a good day. It was muddy, super wet, just nasty out there. But yeah, we pulled through on the last lap.
But that's it, because you came from a little bit back, I think, from like 4th or 5th at one point, and then managed to push your way up, bully your way up to 2nd place.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good start, so I started in 2nd, pulled all my tear-offs accidentally in the first water hole, and then had to pull my goggles. And I'm one of those people that I can't ride if I can't see, and then I can't ride if I don't have goggles on. So it was definitely tough. I got some goggles, I caught back up to the girls, and then I was right behind them, but I kept making little mistakes, and I would catch them, and then I'd make a little mistake, and I knew going into the last lap that they were right there in front of me, and all I had to do was make it up. There was like 3 spots that were arguably way worse than the rest of the track, and I just knew if I could get up those 3 spots clean, that, you know, we could probably get on the box and pass both the girls in kind of the same area, so that was good for me.
Yeah, and like watching that on the live stream on YouTube back in Calgary, it really looked, you know, in the men's race, when you say that, that makes a lot of sense. Because there's a few places on the course where obviously if you got through clean, you were gone, because so many people struggled. That's where Johnny Gerard's race fell apart. And, you know, it just goes to show like racecraft still matters in this day and age where speed kills.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot more racecraft involved than speed. That whenever it's a mud race to that extent, it was just picking lines. And, you know, we have a lot of lappers out there too. We had a lot of sea riders, and they make it very interesting for us because you never know where they're going to go. And half the time in the mud, they don't even know. So that makes it even that much more difficult. But yeah, we navigated well. I felt good the whole race. You know, my fitness has definitely been there this year, which I like. And I'm just feeling strong and ready for this year.
So one of the things I noticed you said after that first NEPG round was that you were riding well. Technically, you were really strong, but you just didn't feel like you had the speed yet. Is that something you feel that's starting to come to you now?
Yeah, it's always hard for me, just in the last year, to find that sprint speed when I'm by myself. It's easier to find the speed when you're getting towed along, and then I can ride it. But to just come out and have that pace that Rachel Gudish was running, I just didn't have it until she would catch me. But hopefully we can address those little problems and get going faster. So it is what it is. It's a long season. It's one race. It was also sandy, so I always tend to struggle a little more in the sand, but it's all right.
Right on. So as we look ahead in the season, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about ISDE. You're going to be back for Italy, the 99th edition.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a team put together, and I'm always looking forward to the 6 days. It's early this year, so I think that's going to be good, but it kind of sucks because it's in the middle of our season, so it makes it a little tougher with, you know, it's a big race. Injuries are high when you're on the bike for that long. It's going to be keeping everything together.
We'll just wait.
Pro pits.
Pro pits. So ISDE, and then again, the last time I talked to you at a race, you just won your 7th Enduro Cross Championship. I mean, that was huge. It was so great to watch. You know, I'm assuming Enduro Cross is back on your platform again this year.
Yeah, it's always on there. It just, the season and the series gets released very late, so you have to commit to doing other things before we can commit to something that we don't even know is going to happen, right? Because the series comes out so late. So I'm at the GNCCs, I'm at National Enduro, and then we'll see what the fall brings, but hopefully we can swing the Enduro Cross as well.
Yeah, because I guess their schedule comes out, what, on March 10th? Today is March 1st, so
yeah,
you won't know till after Talladega.
Exactly, and we're already 3 rounds in for GNCC, so yeah, so far we're committed to seeing how this goes, and yeah, we're just having fun racing dirt bikes in the East.
So for tomorrow, what are your keys to the race?
Keys to the race tomorrow is I think it's just going to be a mental game of riding your own race. There's a lot that can happen out there. It's a big course, like I think it's 14 miles, so there's a lot going on out there. There's going to be a lot of people out there with us, and it's just going to be riding our own race and making sure you manage your energy levels a lot. Like, we're going to be going out there blazing lap 1, but we got 3 more laps to do. We're probably going to be a 4-lap race, so that'll be a big key. The other key is just staying smooth. Every time you crash, especially in the heat with that, it just seems like it just amplifies the mistake. So if we can just get locked into a flow and get following these girls and hunt them down the last few laps, I think that's what we're going to go for.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to the race tomorrow and looking forward to catching up with you after.
Awesome.
Thanks.